The words you say inside yourself are not small words. They are not empty words. They are not just thoughts passing through the mind with no meaning. They become the air your heart breathes. They become the room your soul sits in when the world is quiet. They become the feeling you carry when you wake up, when you look in the mirror, when you make a mistake, when someone does not reply, when life feels uncertain, and when your heart is already tired from holding too much. If your inner voice is hard, your heart learns to protect itself. If your inner voice is cold, your heart may begin to close. But if your inner voice becomes warm, patient, and kind, something inside you begins to soften. Not all at once, not in a loud way, but quietly, like ice melting under morning light. Many people think healing begins when life finally changes outside. They think the heart will soften when someone comes back, when someone says sorry, when the right door opens, when the right person loves them, when the old pain is finally explained, or when the past no longer hurts. But my dear, healing often begins much closer than that. It begins in the quiet place where you speak to yourself. It begins in the first sentence you say when you feel afraid. It begins in the way you answer yourself when doubt appears. It begins when the old sharp voice rises and you choose not to let it rule the whole room inside you. The heart does not only listen to what other people say. The heart listens to what you repeat. And what you repeat slowly becomes what feels true. There may be a voice inside you that says, "You should be better by now." There may be a voice that says, "Why do you still feel this way?" There may be a voice that says, "You are too much. You are not enough. You are behind. You always ruin things. You will never be loved the way you want to be loved." That voice may sound very familiar. It may have been there for so long that you no longer call it cruel. You may simply call it normal. But just because a voice is familiar does not mean it is true. Just because you have heard it for years does not mean it belongs to your soul. Some voices are learned. Some voices are borrowed. Some voices are old pain repeating itself. And what has been learned can be gently unlearned. Your heart softens when it no longer has to defend itself from you. Think about that for a moment. Your heart may already have carried enough from the outside world. It may have carried rejection, silence, disappointment, pressure, loss, fear, shame, and words that were never spoken with love. And then, after all of that, if you speak to yourself with the same coldness, the heart has no safe place to rest. It feels surrounded. It feels like there is no door open. It feels like even inside your own body, love is not fully welcome. But when you begin to speak to yourself gently, you become the safe place your heart has been looking for. You stop becoming another voice it has to survive. Speak to yourself like this: "My dear heart, I am here. I know you have carried a lot. I know you have tried to be strong. I know you have been quiet when you wanted to cry. I know you have smiled when you were tired. I know you have waited for love, waited for peace, waited for someone to understand. But I am here now. I will not speak to you like an enemy. I will not treat your pain like a problem. I will not shame you for being tender. I will sit with you. I will listen. I will choose softer words today. These words may feel simple, but simple words are often the ones that reach the deepest place. The heart does not need a perfect speech. The heart needs safety. You do not have to force your heart to soften. A heart does not open because it is ordered to open. A heart does not trust because it is told, trust now. A heart does not heal because it is pushed, rushed, or judged. A heart softens when it feels safe enough to stop holding its breath. It softens when it hears kindness again and again. It softens when it learns that your own voice will no longer hurt it. So today, do not ask, why is my heart still guarded? Ask, have I been speaking to my heart in a way that helps it feel safe? Do not ask, why am I not fully healed? Ask, what words would help me feel held right now? This small change is powerful. It turns you away from blame and toward love. There is a sacred power in the way you speak to yourself in private. No one may hear those words, but your soul hears them. No one may see the way you talk to yourself after a mistake, but your nervous system feels it. No one may notice the sentence you repeat when you feel alone, but your heart receives it like a message. Every inner sentence is either a hand that pushes the heart away or a hand that brings it closer. Every inner sentence either tightens something or softens something. Every inner sentence either repeats the wound or begins to create a new home inside you. This is why your words matter, not because you must speak perfectly, not because you must never feel fear, but because you are allowed to become kinder than the pain that shaped you. When you say, I am so tired of myself, the heart hears rejection. When you say, I should not feel this way, the heart hears shame. When you say, no one will ever love me, the heart hears a door closing. But when you say, I am tired and I will be gentle with myself, the heart hears care. When you say, this feeling is hard, but I will not abandon myself, the heart hears safety. When you say, I am learning to love myself in the places that still hurt, the heart hears hope. It may not believe every word at first. That is all right. You are not trying to force belief. You are planting a new sound inside yourself. You are giving the heart a new voice to learn. For a long time, you may have thought that being hard on yourself would make you stronger. You may have believed that criticism would keep you moving. You may have thought that if you stopped pushing yourself, you would fall apart. But my dear, harshness does not create true strength. It creates fear. It creates a tired heart that keeps trying to prove it deserves rest. It creates a life where you achieve things but still feel unsafe inside. Kindness is not weakness. Softness is not giving up. Gentleness is not laziness. Speaking to yourself with love does not mean you stop growing. It means you grow without breaking your own spirit. It means you can guide yourself without attacking yourself. It means you can rise without making your heart feel small. Imagine waking up and the first voice you hear inside is not, "You are late, you are behind, you have too much to do, you are not ready." Imagine the first voice is, "I am with you today. We will take one step at a time. You do not have to carry the whole future this morning. You are safe to begin gently." Imagine looking in the mirror and instead of searching for everything to fix, you say, "There you are. I see you. I know you are trying. I will not be cruel to you today." Imagine making a mistake, and instead of saying, "I always ruin things," you say, "I am human. I can learn. I can repair. I can still love myself here." These are not small changes. These are the beginning of a new inner life. Your heart does not need you to become perfect before you speak kindly. It needs kindness while you are still learning. It needs kindness while the old fear is still loud. It needs kindness while the wound still has a voice. It needs kindness while you are still unsure, still becoming, still finding your way back to yourself. So do not wait for the perfect day to begin. Do not wait until you feel confident. Do not wait until your life is peaceful. Begin now, in this breath, with one sentence that does not hurt you. Begin with, "I am allowed to be gentle with myself." Begin with, "My heart is safe with me." Begin with, "I do not have to speak to myself like the past spoke to me." One loving sentence can become a doorway. Sometimes the heart softens, not because everything is solved, but because it finally feels accompanied. It finally feels that you are not standing above it with a list of demands. You are sitting beside it with warmth. You are not saying, "Hurry up and heal." You are saying, "I will stay with you while healing happens." You are not saying, "Why are you still sad?" You are saying, "Sadness, I hear you. I am here." You are not saying, "Why are you afraid?" You are saying, "Fear, I understand why you came, but we are safe in this moment." The heart listens to this. The heart slowly learns, maybe I do not have to be so guarded. Maybe there is love here. Maybe I can rest. There is a difference between talking at yourself and speaking to yourself with love. Talking at yourself sounds like pressure. It says, "Be better. Stop feeling this. Fix yourself. Hurry up. Don't be weak. Don't need anything." Speaking to yourself with love sounds like presence. It says, "I am here. I hear you. We can take this slowly. You are not wrong for feeling. You are not too much. You are not alone inside this moment." One voice makes the heart close. The other voice gives the heart room to breathe. And today, you are choosing the second voice. Not because the first voice will never appear again. It may appear, It may rise from habit, but now you can notice it. Now you can choose again. The old voice may say, "You should have known better." The loving voice can answer, "I am learning, and I choose to be patient with myself." The old voice may say, "You are too sensitive." The loving voice can answer, "My feelings are messages, and I can listen with care." The old voice may say, "No one cares." The loving voice can answer, "I care. I am here with myself now." The old voice may say, "You are not enough." The loving voice can answer, "I am enough to be loved, even while I am growing." This is how the heart begins to soften, not through one perfect moment, but through many small moments where love answers fear. Your heart has been listening for a long time. It has listened to every time you blamed yourself for needing love. It has listened to every time you called yourself weak for being tired. It has listened to every time you stayed silent when you needed comfort. It has listened to every time you compared your life to someone else's and made yourself feel behind. It has listened to every time you looked at your own pain and said, "This should not be here." And yet, your heart is still here. It has not left you. It is still beating. It is still hoping. It is still waiting for your own voice to become a place of kindness. So speak to your heart as if it is precious, because it is. Speak to your heart as if it has survived more than anyone can see, because it has. Speak to your heart as if it deserves comfort before it proves anything, because it does. Say, "My dear heart, I am sorry for the times I spoke to you with harsh words. I am sorry for the times I made you feel wrong for hurting. I am sorry for the times I repeated the old pain instead of offering new love. I am learning now. I am returning now. I am choosing to speak to you in a way that helps you soften." These words are not about guilt. They are about return. There is a part of you that may feel unsure when you begin. It may say, "This is strange. I do not believe these words. I have never spoken to myself like this." Let that be okay. New love often feels unfamiliar. Peace may feel strange when the body is used to stress. Kindness may feel awkward when the mind is used to criticism. Softness may feel unsafe when the heart is used to guarding itself. But unfamiliar does not mean wrong. It only means new. Give yourself time. Let the words come near. Let them sit beside the old fear. Let them become a small light in a room that has been dark for too long. You do not have to believe every loving word at once. You only have to be willing to stop feeding the cruel ones. You only have to be willing to pause before you attack yourself. You only have to be willing to say, "Maybe I can speak a little softer here." This willingness is holy. This willingness is the first opening. This willingness tells the heart, something is changing. I am no longer living only under the old voice, and each time you choose gentleness, the heart receives a new message. It says, I am safer than I thought. I am loved more than I knew. I can soften a little. Speak this softly inside yourself. I speak to myself with love, and my heart begins to soften. I do not have to fight myself to become better. I do not have to shame myself to grow. I do not have to punish my heart for being tender. I can be kind and still be strong. I can be soft and still be wise. I can be gentle and still move forward. My words are becoming a safe place. My heart is learning to trust me. I am becoming the loving voice I have needed for so long. The heart does not become hard because it is bad. The heart becomes hard because it has been trying to protect you. It becomes guarded after too many moments of feeling unseen. It becomes quiet after too many times of not being heard. It becomes careful after too many disappointments. It becomes closed after love felt unsafe, after trust was broken, after kindness was missing, after words cut deeper than anyone knew. So if your heart feels hard in some places, do not shame it. Do not call yourself cold. Do not call yourself difficult. Do not say, "What is wrong with me?" There may be nothing wrong with you. There may be a part of you that simply learned to protect itself in the only way it knew. A soft heart can become guarded when it feels it has to survive too much alone. When you have carried pain without comfort, the heart may begin to build walls. When you have given love and did not feel loved back, the heart may become careful. When you have trusted and felt disappointed, the heart may say, "I will not open so quickly again." When you have been judged for your feelings, the heart may hide those feelings. When you have been told to be strong before you were allowed to be held, the heart may learn to stay tight. This hardness is not your true nature. It is a cover. It is a shield. It is the heart's way of saying, "I do not know if it is safe yet." Many people are walking through life with hearts that look strong on the outside, but feel tired on the inside. They keep going. They smile. They answer messages. They do their work. They help others. They say, "I am fine." But deep inside, there is a place that has not fully rested. There is a place that still remembers the words that hurt. There is a place that still waits for an apology that never came. There is a place that still wonders why love felt so difficult. And because that place has not been met with enough kindness, the heart may begin to harden around it. Not because it wants to shut out life, but because it wants to stop being wounded in the same way. The heart becomes hard when it does not feel safe to be soft. If every time you feel sad, you judge yourself, sadness will hide. If every time you feel afraid, you call yourself weak, fear will tighten. If every time you need love, you tell yourself you should not need anything, the heart will learn to close its hands. It will say, It is not safe to need. It is not safe to feel. It is not safe to ask. It is not safe to open. And then you may wonder why peace feels far away. But peace cannot enter a place that is being attacked. Love cannot be received by a heart that expects punishment. Softness returns when safety returns. Sometimes the hardest words we carry are not the words others say now, but the words we learned long ago and keep repeating inside. Someone may have made you feel unimportant, and now your mind says, do not expect too much. Someone may have made you feel hard to love, and now your mind says, maybe love is not for me. Someone may have ignored your pain, and now you ignore it too. Someone may have criticized your feelings, and now you criticize yourself before anyone else can. This is how old pain continues. It does not only live in memory, it lives in the way you speak to yourself after the memory is over. But my dear, you are not here to keep repeating what hurt you. You are not here to become the voice that once wounded you. You are not here to carry every old sentence like it is a law. You are here to return to love. You are here to notice the hard place and speak to it gently. You are here to say, I understand why you closed. I understand why you protected me. I understand why you stopped trusting so easily. But we do not have to live behind this wall forever. We can open slowly. We can soften safely. We can begin again. This is not forcing the heart. This is inviting the heart. The heart becomes hard when it has been asked to be strong without being allowed to be tender. Perhaps you learned to hold everything in. Perhaps you learned to smile when you wanted to cry. Perhaps you learned to say, it does not matter, when it mattered very much. Perhaps you learned to move on before your heart was ready. Perhaps you learned that needing comfort was a burden to others, and so you became very good at carrying pain quietly. You became very good at hiding. You became very good at being okay on the outside. But the heart remembers what was not expressed. It remembers what was swallowed. It remembers what was left without warmth. This is why speaking to yourself matters so deeply. The heart may not soften because someone tells it to, but it may soften when you finally say what it needed to hear. You did not deserve to be spoken to that way. Your feelings made sense. You were not wrong for needing love. You were not weak for being hurt. You were not too much. You were trying to survive. These are simple words, but they can reach places that have been waiting for years. Sometimes the heart hardens because it has never been told, I understand. And when understanding arrives, the wall does not need to be so tall. Do not be angry with the guarded parts of you. They were trying to help. The part of you that does not trust easily may have once protected you from more pain. The part of you that stays quiet may have once kept you safe. The part of you that pushes love away may have once learned that love came with fear. The part of you that wants to control everything may have once lived through too much uncertainty. These parts do not need your hate. They need your kindness. They need to hear, "Thank you for trying to protect me. I see why you came, but I am learning a new way now. You do not have to work so hard." The heart becomes hard when it believes softness will cost too much. It may believe that if it opens, it will be hurt again. It may believe that if it hopes, it will be disappointed again. It may believe that if it loves, it will lose again. It may believe that if it feels, the feeling will be too big, so it stays guarded. It keeps life at a distance. It may even keep joy at a distance, because joy also asks the heart to open. This is why a guarded heart may feel safe, but it can also feel lonely. The wall that blocks pain can also block comfort. The wall that blocks rejection can also block love. When you begin to speak kindly to yourself, you are not tearing the wall down. You are sitting beside it with patience. You are saying, "I will not force you. I will not shame you. I will not break you open. I will simply stay here with love until you feel safe enough to lower a little." This is the gentle way. This is the healing way. The heart has been pushed enough. It has been rushed enough. It has been told to get over things enough. Now it needs a different kind of voice. A voice that says, "Take your time, I am not leaving." A voice that says, "You can soften one breath at a time." There is a reason your heart may still react to small things. A short message, a change in someone's tone, a silent room, a memory, a certain word, a delay, a look, a feeling of being left out. These things may touch an old place, and when the old place is touched, the heart may close quickly. It may think the past is happening again. It may prepare to protect you. In that moment, do not scold yourself. Do not say, "Why am I like this?" Say, "Something in me feels unsafe. I can meet this with care." That one sentence changes the whole moment. It stops the old fight. It brings love into the place where fear used to stand alone. Your heart softens when you stop treating its protection like fall. Allure. A guarded heart is not a failed heart. A tired heart is not a broken heart. A careful heart is not a bad heart. It is a heart that has been trying to understand how to live after pain. It is a heart that may need proof, not pressure. Proof that you will not abandon yourself when feelings rise. Proof that you will not call yourself weak when you need rest. Proof that you will not repeat the same harsh words that once made you shrink. Proof that you can be trusted with your own tenderness. This is why you must be patient with yourself. You cannot speak kindly one time and demand that the heart open forever. The heart may need to hear love many times. It may need to hear safety in the morning, at night, after mistakes, during lonely moments, and when old memories come near. It may need you to repeat, I am here again and again. Not because the heart is stubborn, but because it is learning. A heart that has learned fear needs time to learn peace. A heart that has learned shame needs time to learn acceptance. A heart that has learned rejection needs time to learn belonging. Give it time. Say to yourself, "My heart, I understand why you became guarded. I understand why you closed in certain places. I understand why you did not want to be hurt again. I will not shame you for protecting me, but I want you to know that I am here now. I am learning to speak to you with love. I am learning to listen before I judge. I am learning to stay before I run. I am learning to comfort you instead of criticize you. You do not have to open all at once. You can soften slowly. You can soften safely. You can soften with me. The heart becomes hard when love feels like something outside of you, something you must wait for, earn, chase, or prove yourself worthy of. When love feels far away, the heart may grow hungry. When love feels uncertain, the heart may grow fearful. When love feels conditional, the heart may start performing. It may try to be perfect, so it will not be left. It may try to please everyone, so it will not be rejected. It may hide its needs, so it will not feel like a burden. And over time, this becomes exhausting. The heart was not made to live as a performance. The heart was made to feel safe being real. When you speak to yourself with love, you bring love closer. You stop making love something that only arrives through other people. You begin to give your own heart a steady place to rest. This does not mean you do not need others. It does not mean love from others does not matter. It means you are no longer empty while you wait. It means your own voice becomes a source of comfort. It means that even when the outside world is unsure, you can still say, "I am with myself. I belong to myself. I will not leave my own heart alone." A hard heart may soften when it hears, "You do not have to prove your pain." Many people feel they must explain why they hurt. They must make their feelings acceptable. They must have a reason that others understand. But your heart does not need a court. It needs compassion. You do not have to defend your sadness before you comfort it. You do not have to explain your fear before you soothe it. You do not have to prove your tiredness before you rest. You can simply say, "This is what I feel, and I will be kind to myself here." That kindness is not small. It is a new way of living inside yourself. There may be a place in your heart that still waits for someone else to say the right words. Maybe it waits to hear, "I am sorry." Maybe it waits to hear, "You mattered." Maybe it waits to hear, "I should have treated you better." Maybe it waits to hear, "You were loved." And if those words never came, the heart may have stayed tight around that waiting. But today, you can begin to give your heart some of the words it needed. You can say, "You mattered then. You matter now. Your pain mattered. Your love mattered. Your softness mattered. I see you. I will not ignore you. These words may not erase the past, but they can begin to change the way the past lives inside you. The heart becomes hard when it has had to hold too many unsaid things, words you did not say, tears you did not cry, needs you did not share, boundaries you did not speak, love you did not receive, pain you did not feel safe enough to show. These things may sit inside the heart like stones, and when too many stones gather, the heart feels heavy. So when you speak gently to yourself, you are not only saying kind words, you are giving the heart permission to release what it has been holding. You are saying, you do not have to carry all of this in silence anymore. I am listening now. Sometimes the first sign of a softening heart is tears. Do not be afraid of them. Tears do not mean you are going backward. Tears may mean the heart finally feels safe enough to stop pretending. Tears may mean the wall has opened a small door. Tears may mean a part of you has heard kindness after a long time without it. Let the tears come if they come. Do not turn them into a problem. Do not rush to fix them. Say, these tears are welcome. My heart is speaking. I am listening. A heart that can cry with safety is already softening. Sometimes the first sign is not tears. It may be a deep breath. It may be a little less tightness in the chest. It may be a quiet feeling of relief. It may be one moment where you do not attack yourself. It may be one moment where you say, I am allowed to feel this. It may be one moment where you choose rest instead of pressure. It may be one moment where you look at your own face with less judgment. These small moments are sacred. They are signs that the heart is learning. They are signs that the inner voice is changing. They are signs that love is becoming possible from within. So if your heart feels hard, bless it. Do not fight it. Do not hate it. Place a gentle hand over your chest and say, I know you have been protecting me. I know you have been tired. I know you have not always felt safe. But I am here now. I am learning to speak with love. I am learning to give you room. I am learning to stop repeating the words that hurt. You may soften slowly. You may open gently. You may trust me one breath at a time. Let this be enough for today. The heart does not need to be forced open. It needs to know love is staying. Healing begins when you notice the voice inside you without shame. Not with anger, not with fear, not by saying, I am doing it wrong again. Just notice. Become quiet enough to hear what you are saying to yourself. Many people live with an inner voice that speaks all day, but they never stop to question it. They believe it because it sounds familiar. They obey it because it has been there for years. But the moment you notice the voice, you are no longer fully trapped inside it. You have created a little space. And in that space, love can enter. The voice inside you may speak very quickly. It may appear before you even know it is there. You make a mistake, and the voice says, "Of course, you ruined it." You see someone doing well, and the voice says, "You are behind." You feel tired, and the voice says, "You are lazy." You need comfort, and the voice says, "You are too needy." You look in the mirror, and the voice says, "Not good enough." You feel sad, and the voice says, "You should be over this." These words may pass through the mind so fast that they feel like truth, but they are not truth. They are thoughts, and thoughts can be answered with love. Begin by listening. Not all day, not perfectly, just in small moments. Notice what you say to yourself when something goes wrong. Notice what you say to yourself when you feel left out. Notice what you say to yourself when you are tired. Notice what you say when you look at your body. Notice what you say when someone does not understand you. Notice what you say when you want something good but feel afraid to receive it. These moments show you the language your heart has been living with, and once you see the language, you can begin to change it. Do not be shocked if the voice is unkind. Do not shame yourself for having harsh thoughts. Many of these thoughts were learned. Some may have come from old fear. Some may have come from people who did not know how to love you well. Some may have come from pressure, comparison, or pain. The goal is not to hate the voice. The goal is to understand it and then choose a softer one. If you fight the harsh voice with more harshness, you only create another battle inside. But if you notice it with calm, you can say, "I hear you, but I do not choose to speak this way anymore." When the voice says, "I always ruin things," pause. Breathe. Say, "No, my dear, I am learning. I can make a mistake and still be worthy of love. I can make a mistake and still be safe. I can learn without attacking myself." When the voice says, "Nobody really loves me," pause. Place a hand on your heart if you can. Say, "I am here with myself now. I am willing to love myself in this moment. I am willing to feel less alone inside my own heart." When the voice says, "I am too much," answer, "My feelings are not too much. They are asking for care. I can listen gently." This is not pretending everything is easy. This is not covering pain with sweet words. This is not saying that hard things do not hurt. It is simply refusing to, add more pain to the pain. It is saying, "This is already hard. I will not make it harder by speaking cruelly to myself." That is healing. That is wisdom. That is love in action. The wound may still be there, but you are no longer pressing on it with sharp words. The fear may still be there, but you are no longer feeding it with shame. The sadness may still be there, but you are no longer leaving it alone in the dark. You may begin to notice that the harsh voice has certain favorite lines. It may say the same things again and again. You are not enough. You are behind. You should have done more. You should look better. You should be stronger. You should not need help. You cannot trust anyone. Good things happen to other people. When you hear these lines, you can gently name them. You can say, "This is the old voice." You can say, "This is fear speaking." You can say, "This is not my soul. This is a pattern." Naming it helps you step back. It helps you remember that you are not the voice. You are the one who can choose how to answer. The loving voice does not need to be loud. It does not need to win by force. It only needs to be steady. The old voice may shout, but the loving voice can whisper and still be powerful. The old voice may say, "You are failing." The loving voice can say, "I am growing." The old voice may say, "You are alone." The loving voice can say, "I am here." The old voice may say, "Nothing will change." The loving voice can say, "A new choice is happening now." The old voice may say, "You are not lovable." The loving voice can say, "I am willing to see myself with love." This is how change begins. Notice the voice inside you when you wake up. Before the day becomes busy, there is often a first sentence. What is it? Is it fear? Is it pressure? Is it worry? Is it a list of everything that must be done? Is it the feeling that you are already behind before your feet touch the floor? Begin there. Do not judge it. Just notice. Then offer one kinder sentence. Today, I do not have to rush my soul. Today, I can take one step at a time. Today, I choose to speak to myself with patience. The morning mind is tender. Give it a tender word. Notice the voice inside you when you look in the mirror. Does it look for flaws first? Does it speak about the body like it is an enemy? Does it compare? Does it criticize? Does it pull you away from love? If it does, pause. Look a little deeper. Not at what you want to change, not at what the world has taught you to judge. Look into your own eyes for one breath. Say, "I will not use this mirror to hurt myself today." Say, "I am willing to see myself with softer eyes." Say, "This face has carried me through many days. I choose kindness." The mirror can become a place of return instead of a place of attack. Notice the voice inside you when you feel rejected or ignored. This is often when the old wound speaks loudly. If someone is quiet, the voice may say, "You do not matter." If someone leaves, the voice may say, "This always happens." If someone does not understand you, the voice may say, "There is something wrong with you." These thoughts can feel very real because they touch old pain, but you can answer them. You can say, "I do not know the whole story yet." You can say, "My worth is not decided by one person's response." You can say, "I can feel hurt and still stay with myself." This is how your heart learns not to collapse every time the outside world feels uncertain. Notice the voice inside you when you make a mistake. This is one of the most important moments. A mistake can become a doorway into growth or a doorway into shame. The harsh voice says, "How could you? You should have known. You always do this." The loving voice says, "I can learn from this. I can repair what needs repair. I can take responsibility without hating myself." This is a very important difference. Loving yourself does not mean you ignore your actions. It means you do not destroy your heart while you learn. You can be honest and kind at the same time. You can grow without cruelty. Notice the voice inside you when you feel tired. Many people speak to tiredness with blame. They say, "Push harder, do more. Why are you so lazy?" But tiredness is often a message. It may be the body asking for rest. It may be the heart asking for quiet. It may be the mind asking for space. Instead of saying, "What is wrong with me?" say, "What do I need right now?" Instead of saying, "I should be stronger," say, "Maybe strength today looks like gentleness." Instead of saying, "I cannot rest," say, "Even one soft breath is a form of care." The body listens to this. The heart listens too. Notice the voice inside you when you feel jealous or compare yourself. This is a tender place. The harsh voice may say, "Look at them. They have more. They are better. You are behind." But comparison often hides a longing. It may show you something you desire. It may show you a place where you want to grow. It may show you a dream that has not yet been given love. So instead of using comparison to hurt yourself, use it to listen. Say, "Something in me wants more life. Something in me wants to bloom. I bless their path and I return to my own." Your life is not late. Your path is not empty. You are allowed to grow in your own time. Notice the voice inside you when old memories come back. The mind may replay what happened. The heart may feel heavy. The body may tighten. The old voice may say, "You will never be free from this." But the loving voice can say, "This is a memory. It is not this moment. I am here now. I survived then, and I am safe to breathe now." The past may visit, but it does not have to rule the whole house. You can meet the memory with warmth. You can remind yourself that you are not still trapped in the old scene. You are here in this breath with more love available than you had before. Notice the voice inside you when you want to receive something good. This may sound strange, but many hearts are more comfortable with struggle than with ease. When love comes near, the voice may say, "Do not trust it." When peace comes near, the voice may say, "It will not last." When a new chance appears, the voice may say, "You are not ready." When kindness is offered, The voice may say, "You do not deserve it." This is where you must speak gently. Say, "I am learning to receive good things." Say, "I do not have to push love away to stay safe." Say, "I can allow peace without fear." The heart may need time to believe that goodness is safe. The practice is simple, but it is deep. First, notice the thought. Second, pause before believing it. Third, answer with love. That is all. Notice, pause, answer with love. You do not need to do it perfectly. You do not need to catch every thought. You do not need to turn your mind into a perfect garden in one day. Just begin. Catch one harsh sentence and soften it. Catch one fear and comfort it. Catch one old belief and question it. Catch one moment of shame and bring kindness there. Each moment matters. Each moment is a small act of freedom. When you notice the voice, be careful not to create another harsh voice about the harsh voice. Do not say, "I should not think like this. I am not spiritual enough. I am failing at healing." That is only the same pattern wearing new clothes. Instead say, "A harsh thought is here. I can meet it softly." Say, "An old fear is speaking. I can listen without obeying." Say, "This is a learned voice, and I am learning a new one." This keeps the heart safe. This makes healing gentle. This stops the inner work from becoming another reason to judge yourself. You can write down the old voice and then write the loving answer. Not as a task to do perfectly, but as a way to see clearly. On one side, the old voice says, "I am not enough." On the other side, the loving voice says, "I am enough to be loved today, even while I am growing." The old voice says, "I always lose." The loving voice says, "My past does not close the door on my future." The old voice says, "I cannot trust myself." The loving voice says, "I am rebuilding trust, one small choice at a time." When you see both voices on the page, you remember that you have a choice. You are not helpless inside your own mind. The loving voice should feel like a warm hand, not a command. If the sentence feels too big, make it softer. If "I love myself completely" feels far away, say, "I am willing to be kinder to myself." If "I am safe" feels hard to believe, say, "In this moment I can take one soft breath." If "I forgive everything" feels too much, say, "I am willing to stop carrying this so tightly." If "I am worthy of everything good" feels too large, say, "I am open to believing that goodness can include me." Softer words are not weaker. They are often more honest. And honesty helps the heart trust. The heart softens when the loving voice becomes steady. Not perfect, steady. It comes back after a hard day. It comes back after a mistake. It comes back after tears. It comes back when fear returns. It says, "I am still here." That steadiness is what many hearts have been missing. Love that comes only when you are doing well does not heal the deepest places. Love that stays when you are messy, unsure, emotional, tired, and still learning begins to heal the places that felt unwanted. So let your own voice become steady. Let it return again and again. Let it prove to your heart, I will not leave when you hurt. There will be days when the old voice is loud. There will be days when you forget to be gentle. There will be days when you fall into the same old pattern and only notice later. Do not use those days as proof that nothing is changing. Noticing later is still noticing. Returning later is still returning. Saying, I was harsh with myself today, and I choose kindness now, is still healing. Every return matters. Every return teaches the heart that love is not gone just because you forgot for a moment. You can begin again in any breath. Speak this inside yourself now. I notice the voice inside me with love. I do not shame myself for the thoughts I learned. I do not fight myself for having fear. I simply listen. I pause. I choose a kinder answer. When the old voice says I am not enough, I answer with love. When the old voice says I am alone, I answer with presence. When the old voice says I am behind, I answer with patience. When the old voice says I am too hard to love, I answer with truth. I am learning to become safe inside myself. I am learning to speak in a way my heart can trust. Now begin to listen in the quiet moments. Listen when you wake. Listen when you look in the mirror. Listen when you feel tired. Listen when you make a mistake. Listen when someone does not understand you. Listen when old pain rises. Not so you can judge yourself, but so you can bring love to the exact place where love is needed. The voice inside you has shaped your heart for a long time. And now with patience, with simple words, with gentle truth, your new voice can begin to soften it. Speak to yourself like someone you truly love, not like someone you are trying to fix, not like someone you are tired of, not like someone who must become perfect before they deserve kindness. Speak to yourself like someone precious, someone tender, someone who has been carrying quiet things for a long time. Because the way you speak to yourself becomes the way your heart knows love. If you speak to yourself with blame, your heart begins to hide. If you speak to yourself with pressure, your heart begins to close. But if you speak to yourself with warmth, your heart begins to trust. And when the heart trusts, it softens. There is a simple question that can change the way you live inside yourself. When you're about to speak harshly to yourself, pause and ask, would I say this to someone I love? Would you say, you are not enough to someone you love? Would you say, you always ruin things to someone you love? Would you say, you should be over this by now to someone you love? No, my dear. If someone you loved came to you with tired eyes, a heavy heart, and a shaking voice, you would not stand over them with judgment. you would soften, you would listen, you would choose words that do not break them more. You deserve that same kindness from yourself. Many people give their softest words to others and their sharpest words to themselves. They comfort others with patience, but punish themselves for needing comfort. They forgive others for being human, but shame themselves for every mistake. They tell others, take your time, but tell themselves, hurry up. They tell others, you are doing your best, but tell themselves, your best is not enough. This is where the heart becomes tired. It feels love going outward, but not returning inward. It feels warmth being offered to the world, while the inner home stays cold. But today, that can begin to change. Today, you can let some of that love come back to you. Speak to yourself as if your heart is listening, because it is. Every thought has a tone. Every inner sentence carries a feeling. Even when no one else hears it, your heart hears it. Your body hears it. The quiet places inside you hear it. So let your words become a safe room. Let them become a soft blanket. Let them become a hand on your heart. Say, my dear heart, I am listening. You do not have to be perfect to be loved. You do not have to be strong every minute. You do not have to hide what you feel. You are safe with me now. These words may feel simple, but simple words can reach places that hard words never could. When you speak to yourself like someone you love, you do not ignore truth. You do not pretend everything is fine. You do not deny that growth is needed. You simply choose not to grow through cruelty. You can be honest without being harsh. You can say, I made a mistake, without saying, I am a mistake. You can say, I need to learn, without saying, I am hopeless. You can say, this choice did not help me, without saying, I always fail. This is emotional maturity. This is spiritual care. This is love with open eyes. Love does not lie, but love also does not destroy. Your heart does not need you to speak perfectly. It needs you to speak gently. It needs you to stop turning every hard moment into proof that you are not enough. It needs you to stop using pain as a reason to reject yourself. It needs you to stop making your feelings wrong. So when sadness comes, do not say, why am I like this? Say, something in me needs comfort. When fear comes, do not say, I am weak. Say, something in me needs safety. When anger comes, do not say, I am bad. Say, something in me may need a boundary. When loneliness comes, do not say, no one cares. Say, I care. I am here with myself now. There is a tender way to speak to yourself when the heart feels heavy. You can say, I know this hurts. I know you wanted things to feel different. I know you have been trying to stay strong, but you do not have to fight yourself too. I am here. I will not leave you alone with this feeling. Notice how different that feels from stop being sad, stop thinking about it, get over it, be stronger. One voice pushes the heart away. The other voice sits beside it. One voice makes the wound close tighter. The other voice gives the wound air. And sometimes the heart does not soften because someone gives it an answer. It softens because someone finally stays. You are allowed to become that someone for yourself. You are allowed to become the loving voice you once waited for. You are allowed to give yourself the words you needed long ago. You are allowed to say, I see you. You are allowed to say, your feelings matter. You are allowed to say, you did not deserve to be spoken to that way. You are allowed to say, you are safe with me. Maybe no one taught you how to speak to yourself with love. Maybe you learned to be hard because people around you were hard. Maybe you learned that tenderness was weakness. But you can learn a new way. You can learn it slowly, one sentence at a time. Speak to yourself like you would speak to a tender child within you. That child may not need a long lesson. That child may not need a lecture. That child may not need advice right away. That child may only need to hear, I am here, I will not leave. You are not in trouble for feeling this. You are loved even now. The child inside does not soften when you shame it. It softens when you protect it. It softens when you stop abandoning it during hard emotions. It softens when it realizes that your own voice is no longer a place of fear. There may be a part of you that feels silly speaking to yourself this way. You may think, these words are too soft. This is not how I usually talk to myself. Let that be okay. A new language often feels strange at first. If you have spoken to yourself with pressure for many years, kindness may feel unnatural. If your heart has been guarded for a long time, gentleness may feel too quiet to trust. But keep returning. Do not force the words. Let them come softly. Let them be real. Say, I am learning to speak to myself with love. That is enough. Learning is enough. Beginning is enough. When you speak to yourself like someone you love, your inner world begins to change. The same outer life may still be there. The same work may be waiting. The same problems may not yet be solved. But something inside begins to feel different. You are no longer alone against yourself. You are no longer carrying life while also fighting your own heart. You are no longer living with an inner voice that only knows how to blame. You are building a new home within. A home where your heart can come in tired and still be received. A home where your feelings are not thrown away. A home where your soul can breathe. Say this slowly. I speak to myself like someone I truly love. I do not need to earn my own kindness. I do not need to be perfect before I am gentle with myself. My heart is safe with me. My feelings are safe with me. My healing is safe with me. I choose words that hold me, not words that hurt me. Let these words settle. Do not rush them. Let them move through the places inside you that have been waiting for a softer sound. Your heart may not open all at once, but every kind word is a knock on the door. Every gentle sentence says, "Love is here. You can open when you are ready." There is great power in saying, "I am with you," to yourself. These words may sound small, but they are not small. They are the opposite of abandonment. When fear rises and you say, "I am with you," the heart hears safety. When sadness rises and you say, "I am with you," the heart hears comfort. When shame rises and you say, "I am with you," the heart hears love. You are no longer leaving yourself alone in the most painful moments. You are becoming present. And presence is one of the deepest forms of love. You may have spent years waiting for someone to speak to you in the exact way your heart needed. You may have waited to hear, "You are enough." You may have waited to hear, "I understand." You may have waited to hear, "You are safe." You may have waited to hear, "You are not too much." And yes, it is beautiful when love comes from another person. But do not leave your heart starving while you wait. Begin speaking those words to yourself now. Let your own voice become a river of comfort. Let your own love become a place you can return to. Let your own kindness become the first light in the room. This does not mean you will never need support from others. It does not mean you must do everything alone. It means you are no longer empty inside your own presence. It means you can receive love from others without begging for it to prove your worth. It means you can enjoy kindness from the world while also giving kindness to yourself. It means that when someone else is gentle with you, it feels like a blessing, not your only source of air. Your own love becomes the ground beneath your feet. Speak to yourself when you are calm, so your heart learns the sound of safety. Speak to yourself when you are upset, so your heart learns that love stays. Speak to yourself when you make mistakes, so your heart learns that growth does not require shame. Speak to yourself when you feel lonely, so your heart learns that your own presence matters. Speak to yourself when you feel unworthy, so your heart learns that worth is not something you must chase. Speak to yourself again and again, not because you are broken, but because you are becoming safe inside your own life. The more you practice, the more you will notice the old sharp voice losing power. It may still come, but it will no longer feel like the only truth. A mistake happens, and a new voice says, "I can learn." A hard day comes, and a new voice says, "I can be gentle." A fear rises, and a new voice says, "I am here." A memory returns, and a new voice says, "That was then. I am safe now." This is how the heart softens. It softens through repeated safety. It softens through the steady return of love. It softens when your own voice becomes a place where it can rest. So speak to yourself like someone you love when you are doing well. Speak to yourself like someone you love when you are tired. Speak to yourself like someone you love when you feel lost. Speak to yourself like someone you love when the world feels cold. Say, "My dear heart, I will not turn against you. I will not make your pain wrong. I will not use harsh words to push you into healing. I will walk with you. I will listen to you. Ooh, I will love you here." The heart hears this. The heart remembers this. And little by little, the heart begins to soften. Self-doubt is a heavy feeling, but it often speaks in a quiet voice. It does not always shout. Sometimes it whispers, "Are you sure you can do this?" Sometimes it says, "Maybe you are not good enough." Sometimes it says, "Other people can have good things, but not you." Sometimes it says, "If they really knew you, they would leave." And because the voice is quiet, you may not notice how often it shapes your choices. You may hold yourself back without knowing why. You may say no to life before life has even answered. You may expect rejection before love has even arrived. This is why self-doubt needs gentle words. It does not need more pressure. It needs acceptance. When self-doubt rises, do not fight it like an enemy. Sit beside it like a frightened part of you. Self-doubt is often fear asking for safety. It may have grown from moments when you were judged, compared, ignored, or made to feel small. It may have grown from times when you tried and things did not work out. It may have grown from words that made you question your worth. So when self-doubt appears, do not say, "Why am I so weak?" Say, "Something in me is afraid. I can meet this fear with love." That one sentence softens the whole inner space. The heart that doubts itself does not need to be told, "Just be confident." Confidence cannot be forced like that. A doubting heart needs to be shown that it is safe to try, safe to learn, safe to make mistakes, safe to be seen, and safe to be imperfect. It needs to hear, "You do not have to do everything perfectly to be worthy." It needs to hear, "You can begin small." It needs to hear, "Your value is not in question." It needs to hear, "Even when you feel unsure, you are still held by life." These words give the heart room to breathe. Say to yourself, "I love and accept myself as I am today, not as you will be someday. Not after you have fixed every habit, not after you have reached every goal, not after everyone understands you. Today, as you are, with the parts still healing, with the fears still speaking, with the dreams still forming, with the questions still unanswered. Today is enough of a place to begin loving yourself. This does not mean you stop growing. It means you stop using growth as a reason to reject who you are now. There is deep healing in the words, "as I am today." because many hearts are always waiting for a future version of themselves to deserve love. They think, I will love myself when I am calmer. I will love myself when I am more successful. I will love myself when I look different. I will love myself when I stop making mistakes. I will love myself when I finally feel strong. But the heart cannot live on love that is always delayed. It needs love now. Growth becomes softer when love is present now. Change becomes safer when love is present now. Healing becomes deeper when love is present now. Say, I do not have to earn my worth. Let that sentence enter slowly. You do not have to earn your worth by pleasing everyone. You do not have to earn your worth by being useful every minute. You do not have to earn your worth by being silent about your needs. You do not have to earn your worth by becoming someone else. Your worth is not a prize at the end of the road. Your worth is the ground you walk on. You may forget it. You may doubt it. You may hide from it. But it is still there. Self-doubt often says, who do you think you are? Love answers, I am a child of life, and I am allowed to grow. Self-doubt says, you cannot do this. Love answers, I can take one step. Self-doubt says, you will fail. Love answers, I can learn even if I fall. Self-doubt says, you are not ready. Love answers, I can begin before I feel fully ready. Self-doubt says, you are not enough. Love answers, I am enough in this moment, and I am still becoming. This is how the inner voice changes, not by denying the fear, but by answering it with truth. Your heart may have learned to doubt itself because it was not praised for being itself. Maybe you were noticed only when you performed well. Maybe love felt stronger when you were easy, quiet, helpful, or pleasing. Maybe you learned that being accepted meant hiding certain feelings. Maybe you learned that mistakes made you less lovable. If this happened, the heart may still believe it must prove itself before it can rest. So speak to that place with care. Say, you do not have to perform for my love. You do not have to be useful to be worthy. You do not have to be perfect to belong. I accept you here. There is a soft strength in accepting yourself. Some people think acceptance means giving up. It does not. Acceptance means you stop fighting reality long enough to heal it with love. You can accept where you are and still move forward. You can accept your feelings and still choose wisely. You can accept your past and still create a new future. You can accept your tender places and still become stronger. Rejection does not create lasting peace. Acceptance does. When the heart feels accepted, it no longer has to spend all its energy defending itself. It can begin to grow. Say, I am enough in this moment, not because everything is finished, not because every dream has come true, not because every wound is gone. You are enough because your worth was never meant to depend on those things. You are enough while learning. You are enough while healing. You are enough while resting. You are enough while unsure. You are enough before the answer comes. You are enough before the result arrives. You are enough before anyone claps, approves, understands, or stays. This is not pride. This is peace. When self-doubt tells you that goodness belongs to others, answer gently. Say, goodness can include me too. Let that become a new thought in your mind. Goodness can include your heart. Peace can include your home. Love can include your life. Support can include your path. Joy can include your days. You are not standing outside the door of life watching everyone else receive. You are part of life. You are allowed to receive. You are allowed to be blessed. You are allowed to open your hands without guilt. The heart softens when it stops believing it has been left out of love. Self-doubt may not disappear in one day. Do not demand that from yourself. A voice that has been repeated for years may need time to become quiet. But every time you answer self-doubt with love, you weaken the old pattern. Every time you say, I am enough, you plant a new seed. Every time you say, I can learn, you create a new path. Every time you say, I accept myself today, you give your heart a place to rest. The change may be quiet, but quiet changes can be powerful. Roots grow in silence. Healing often begins where no one else can see. When you feel self-doubt in the body, pause. Maybe it sits in the chest. Maybe it sits in the stomach. Maybe it becomes tight shoulders, shallow breath, or a heavy feeling behind the eyes. Place a hand where you feel it if you can. Say, I know you are afraid. I am not here to push you. I am here to help you feel safe. Breathe slowly. Let the words become warm. The body may not understand big ideas right away, but it understands tone. It understands gentleness. It understands when you stop fighting it. Use simple words when self-doubt is strong. Do not give yourself long speeches if your heart is overwhelmed. Say, I am safe to try. Say, I can take one step. Say, I am learning. Say, I am allowed to begin again. Say, I am still worthy. Let one sentence be enough. Sometimes one true sentence can hold you better than many forced words. The heart does not need many words. It needs words that feel safe. It needs words that feel honest. It needs words that bring you back to yourself. There may be moments when you do not believe the loving words. That is all right. You can soften them. If I am enough feels too big, say, I am willing to believe I am enough. If I love myself feels too far, say, I am learning to be kind to myself. If I trust myself feels hard, say, I am rebuilding trust with small choices. If I am worthy of a beautiful life feels impossible, say, I am open to the idea that life may have goodness for me too. Softer words are not weak. They are bridges. They help the heart cross from fear into love. Self-doubt loses power when you stop obeying it as truth. You can hear it and still choose differently. You can feel afraid and still take one step. You can feel unsure and still speak kindly. You can feel small and still remember your worth. The goal is not to never doubt again. The goal is to no longer abandon yourself when doubt appears. The goal is to become the voice that says, "Even here I am with you. Even here you are loved. Even here you may continue." This is how confidence grows from love instead of pressure. Say to yourself, "My worth is not fragile." Let that sentence move slowly through you. Your worth does not break because someone misunderstands you. Your worth does not disappear because something did not work out. Your worth does not shrink because you needed rest. Your worth does not depend on one mistake, one person, one season, one result, or one painful memory. Your worth is deeper than the changing weather of life. You may forget it, but you can return to it. You may doubt it, but you can speak it again. You may not feel it fully today, but you can still plant the words. When you speak to self-doubt with love, you are not trying to become someone else. You are returning to the truth beneath the fear. Beneath the doubt, there is a heart that wants to trust. Beneath the fear, there is a soul that wants to expand. Beneath the hesitation, there is life asking to move through you. The doubt is not the whole story. It is only a voice at the door. You can listen, thank it for trying to protect you, and still choose love. You can say, "I understand you are afraid, but we are not living by fear alone anymore." Let your words become steady. I accept myself today. I am enough in this moment. I do not have to earn my worth. I am safe to learn. I am safe to grow. I am safe to be seen. I am safe to begin again. Goodness can include me. Love can include me. Peace can include me. Repeat them not like a rule, but like rain falling gently on dry ground. Let the heart receive only what it can receive today. There is no need to force. There is no need to rush. A soft truth repeated with patience can become stronger than a harsh lie repeated for years. Self-doubt may say, "What if you fail?" And love may answer, "Then I will hold myself kindly and learn." Self-doubt may say, "What if they judge you?" And love may answer, "Their judgment does not decide my worth." Self-doubt may say, "What if you are not ready?" And love may answer, "I can begin gently." Self-doubt may say, "What if you are not loved?" And love may answer, "I am learning to love myself now." This inner conversation is sacred. It is how the heart learns a new way to live. It is how the guarded places begin to open. Your heart softens when it hears that it does not have to be perfect to be loved. It softens when it hears that mistakes are not the end of love. It softens when it hears that growth can be gentle. It softens when it hears that your worth is not waiting in the future. It softens when it hears your own voice choosing acceptance again and again. So speak to the doubting place within you today. Do not push it away. Do not mock it. Do not shame it. Hold it with words that heal. Say, "My dear heart, I know you doubt because you want to be safe. I know you question yourself because you have been hurt before. But I am here now. You do not have to prove your worth to me. You do not have to become perfect for me to love you. You do not have to hide your fear. We can move slowly. We can grow gently. We can try again. I accept you as you are today, and I walk with you into what you are becoming." Old pain can live quietly in the heart. It may not always speak loudly. It may appear as a heavy feeling when a memory returns. It may appear as tightness when you hear a certain word. It may appear as sadness that comes at night. It may appear as anger that rises quickly. It may appear as a wall around your heart when love comes close. Old pain does not always look like pain. Sometimes it looks like distance. Sometimes it looks like silence. Sometimes it looks like not expecting anything good. Sometimes it looks like saying, "I am fine," while something inside you is still waiting to be comforted. When the wound is old, the words must bring freedom. Not pressure, not forced forgiveness, not a quick command to move on. The heart does not release pain because someone tells it, "Let it go." The heart releases pain when it feels safe enough to stop holding it so tightly. So speak to old pain gently. Say, "I know you have been here a long time. I know you were not ready to leave. I know you were trying to protect me. I will not force you away. I will listen. I will bring love here." These words open a door. They tell the heart that healing does not have to be another battle. Old pain often stays because a part of you is still trying to understand. It may still ask, "Why did that happen?" It may still ask, "Why was I treated that way?" It may still ask, "Why did I not receive the love I needed?" These questions can be tender. Do not shame them. But also know this: your peace does not have to wait until every question is answered. Some answers may never come in the way the heart wanted. Some people may never explain. Some apologies may never arrive. Some endings may never feel fair. But your heart can still begin to breathe again. Your healing does not need permission from the past. Say, "I am willing to release what I no longer need." This is a soft sentence. It does not demand that you release everything at once. It does not say you must be ready today. It simply opens a small window. Willingness is powerful. Sometimes the heart cannot yet say, "I release the past." Sometimes it cannot yet say, "I forgive." Sometimes it cannot yet say, "I am free." but it may be able to say, I am willing. And willingness is the first gentle light. It means a part of you is tired of carrying pain as your identity. It means a part of you is ready to live with more space inside. Say, I do not have to carry this pain forever. Let those words be kind, not forceful. Pain may have been real. What happened may have mattered deeply. Your tears may have been true. Your anger may have had a reason. Your grief may have deserved time. Releasing old pain does not mean saying it did not matter. It means saying it mattered and I am still allowed to be free. It means saying it hurt and I am still allowed to receive joy. It means saying that chapter was painful, but it is not the whole story of my life. Many hearts fear release because they think release means betrayal. They think if they stop hurting, then what happened will be forgotten. They think if they find peace, then the pain will no longer be honored. But my dear, peace is not betrayal. Healing is not betrayal. Joy is not betrayal. You can honor what happened without letting it rule every day of your life. You can remember without living inside the memory. You can learn from the wound without keeping the wound open. You can say, this shaped me, but it does not own me. There is a kind of pain that becomes familiar. Even when it hurts, the heart may hold it because it knows it well. The unknown peace may feel strange. A new life may feel unfamiliar. The heart may wonder, who am I without this pain? Who am I if I stop waiting? Who am I if I stop protecting myself this way? Be gentle with that fear. Release is not only about letting go of pain. It is also about learning who you are when pain is no longer the center. This can take time. Let it take time. You are not behind. You are healing at the speed of safety. Say, my heart is allowed to breathe again. Place this sentence softly inside you. The heart has held so much. It has held words that were never answered. It has held tears that did not fall. It has held love that had nowhere to go. It has held anger, confusion, grief, hope, disappointment, and silence. No wonder it feels tired. No wonder it feels guarded. So do not demand that it open quickly. Simply say, my heart, you are allowed to breathe. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to loosen your hold on what has been heavy. Forgiveness, if it comes, must come gently. It cannot be forced with spiritual pressure. It cannot be used to silence your pain. It cannot be used to make you accept what harmed you. True release does not say, it was fine. True release says, I am no longer willing to let this pain live through me every day. True release says, I choose my peace without denying my wound. True release says, I can protect myself and still free my heart. You do not have to invite harmful energy back into your life. You do not have to pretend. You do not have to erase your own truth. You only have to begin choosing freedom where you can. Sometimes the first release is not forgiveness. Sometimes the first release is honesty. That hurt me. I was not okay. I needed more love. I felt alone. I was scared. I carried too much. These words may be the first breath. Many hearts stay stuck because the truth was never spoken inside. So speak truth gently, not to reopen the wound, but to stop hiding from it. You can say, yes, this hurt. Then you can say, and now I am here with myself. Truth and love together create safety. Truth without love can feel sharp. Love without truth can feel false. But truth with love can heal. Old pain may have made you believe that love is dangerous, trust is foolish, or softness is unsafe. Speak to that belief. Say, I understand why I became careful. I understand why I protected myself. But I am open to learning that love can be safe. I am open to learning that peace can stay. I am open to learning that my heart can open slowly without losing itself. You do not have to open to everyone. You do not have to trust quickly. You do not have to become available to what once harmed you. But you can open to your own love. You can open to life one breath at a time. There is a difference between remembering and rehearsing. Remembering is when the past comes up and you notice it with care. Rehearsing is when the mind plays the pain again and again as if it is still happening. Rehearsing keeps the body tense. It keeps the heart in yesterday. It keeps the wound fresh. When you notice yourself rehearsing old pain, do not shame yourself. Simply say, I see that my mind is returning to the wound. I can bring myself back with love. Then breathe. Look around. Feel the present moment. Say, that was then. I am here now. I am safe to return to this breath. Your body may still carry old pain. The body remembers stress. It remembers fear. It remembers holding back tears. It remembers waiting for danger to pass. So when you speak words of release, speak to the body too. Say, dear body, you do not have to hold this so tightly anymore. You can soften your shoulders. You can loosen your jaw. You can breathe deeper. You can let this moment be different from the past. Say it gently. The body may not release all at once, but it may soften a little. A little is enough. Healing often begins as a small loosening. If the past feels heavy today, do not try to clear your whole life in one moment. Choose one sentence. I am willing to release this one breath. That is enough. Or say, I am willing to stop carrying this for the next minute. That is enough. Or say, I am willing to give my heart a little rest. That is enough. The mind may want a big dramatic release, but the heart may need small, safe steps. Let small steps be holy. Let one breath be healing. Let one kind sentence be a beginning. Old pain may say, "Do not let go, or it will happen again." Love can answer, "I can release the pain and keep the wisdom." This is important. Letting go does not mean becoming careless. It does not mean ignoring lessons. It does not mean opening the same door again. You can keep the wisdom without carrying the bitterness. You can keep the boundary without carrying the wound as your name. You can keep the lesson without keeping your heart locked. Say, "I take the wisdom, I release the weight." Let that become a prayer inside you. There may be anger in old pain. Do not call the anger bad. Sometimes anger came to protect the part of you that felt powerless. Sometimes anger came to say, "That was not right." Sometimes anger came because your boundary mattered. Meet it with respect. Say, "I hear you. You are telling me something mattered. Thank you for trying to protect me." We can use your fire for truth, not for self-destruction. When anger is met with love, it can become clarity. It can become strength. It can become a clean boundary instead of a burning wound. There may be sadness in old pain. Sadness needs softness. It does not need to be rushed. Say, "My sadness is allowed to be here. I do not have to hide it. I do not have to explain it. I can hold it gently." Imagine sadness like a tired part of you that has walked a long road. It does not need a command. It needs rest. It needs warmth. It needs to know that you will not shame it for being present. When sadness is allowed to breathe, it often changes. It may become tenderness. It may become wisdom. It may become peace. There may be regret in old pain. Regret can be heavy because it turns the heart against itself. It says, "I should have known. I should have done better. I should have left sooner. I should have spoken sooner. I should have chosen differently." If regret is speaking, answer with mercy. Say, "I did what I could with what I knew then. I am allowed to learn without hating myself. I can take responsibility without living in punishment. I can grow from this and still be kind to myself." Regret softens when it is met with learning instead of endless blame. There may be longing in old pain, a longing for what did not happen, a longing for the love that was not given, a longing for the life that did not unfold in the way you hoped. Longing can ache deeply. Speak to it gently. Say, "I know you wanted something beautiful. I know you hoped. I know you waited. I honor that longing, and I also open to new forms of goodness." This is not easy, but it is healing. The heart can grieve what did not come and still make room for what may come now. Say, "I release the past one breath at a time." Not because the past was nothing, not because you should forget, but because your heart deserves a present moment that is not fully ruled by yesterday. Say, I bless myself for surviving. I bless myself for continuing. I bless myself for still having love inside me. There is something sacred about a heart that has been hurt and still wants to soften. There is something beautiful about a soul that has carried pain and still chooses peace. Honor that in yourself. You may not feel free all at once. Freedom may come in small moments. A moment when you remember and do not fall apart. A moment when you think of the past and breathe instead of tightening. A moment when you choose not to repeat the story in your mind again. A moment when you stop blaming yourself. A moment when you allow joy without feeling guilty. A moment when you realize your heart feels a little lighter. These moments matter. They are signs that the old pain is no longer holding every key. Let your words become a gentle release. I am willing to release what I no longer need. I do not have to carry this pain forever. My heart is allowed to breathe again. I take the wisdom and release the weight. I honor what I have survived. I return to this moment. I am safe to soften. I am safe to heal. I am safe to receive peace. Say these words slowly, as if you are speaking to the oldest wound inside you. Do not rush. Do not force. Let the heart receive what it can. There is still life ahead of you. There is still softness ahead of you. There is still peace that can enter places you thought would always hurt. The past may be part of your story, but it is not the whole book. The wound may have shaped you, but it does not have to lead you forever. The pain may have changed you, but love can change you too. Speak to the old pain as if you are opening a window in a room that has been closed for years. Say, you can breathe now, you can rest now, you can loosen now. We are not there anymore. We are here, and here I choose love. Old pain releases when the heart feels safe enough to stop gripping it. So become safe for your own heart. Become patient with your own healing. Become kin in the places where you used to be harsh. When the memory comes, speak love. When the anger comes, speak truth. When the sadness comes, speak comfort. When regret comes, speak mercy. When longing comes, speak hope. Let every old wound meet a new voice. Let every heavy place hear, I am here with you now. Let every guarded part learn that it no longer has to carry the past alone. Your body is always listening to the way you speak to it. It listens when you stand before the mirror. It listens when you feel tired. It listens when you are afraid. It listens when you speak about your shape, your age, your energy, your pain, your strength, and your weakness. The body may not answer you with words, but it answers in feelings. It tightens, it softens, it holds, it releases. It becomes heavy under criticism and calmer under love. So if you want your heart to soften, begin also with the body. Do not treat your body like a problem. Do not speak to it like an enemy. Speak to it like a loyal friend that has carried you through every day of your life. Many people speak to the body only when they are unhappy with it. They look at the body and say, "Why do you look like this?" They feel tired and say, "Why can't you do more?" They feel discomfort and say, "What is wrong with me?" They notice change and say, "I do not like this." But the body has been with you through every season. It has carried your tears, your fears, your stress, your memories, your hopes, and your quiet battles. It has held you when no one else knew what you were carrying. It has helped you stand, breathe, move, rest, begin again, and keep going. Even when you did not love it well, it still stayed with you. So today, speak to your body with love. Say, "Dear body, I am listening. I am sorry for the times I spoke to you with anger. I am sorry for the times I judged you when you needed care. I am sorry for the times I treated you like you were not enough. I am learning now. I am learning to hear you. I am learning to support you. I am learning to walk with you gently." These words are simple, but the body understands simple love. It does not need perfect words. It needs warmth. It needs patience. It needs to feel that you are no longer fighting against it. Your body is not just something you live in. It is a part of your life that responds to your thoughts, your rest, your breath, your food, your care, your feelings, and your inner voice. When you speak harshly to yourself, the body often becomes tense. When you speak gently, the body may begin to soften. This does not mean that one kind sentence fixes everything. It means that one kind sentence creates a safer space inside you. And a safer space is where healing begins. Fear may make the body close. Love may help the body feel supported. Criticism may make the body feel attacked. Kindness may help it feel heard. When something in your body feels tired, do not rush to blame it. Ask it a softer question. Say, "Dear body, what do you need from me today?" Maybe it needs rest. Maybe it needs water. Maybe it needs quiet. Maybe it needs movement. Maybe it needs fresh air. Maybe it needs food that feels good. Maybe it needs a kind thought. Maybe it needs help. Maybe it needs you to stop pushing so hard. The question itself is loving because it changes the relationship. You are no longer standing over the body with anger. You are sitting beside it with care. There is a great difference between saying, "Why are you doing this to me?" and saying, "What are you trying to tell me?" The first sentence makes the body an enemy. The second sentence makes the body a messenger. Your body may speak through tiredness, tightness, heaviness, hunger, restlessness, tears, or the need to be still. It may be asking you to slow down. It may be asking you to pay attention. It may be asking you to be kinder with your days. It may be asking you to stop carrying everything alone. When you listen with love, you begin to understand that the body is not against you. It is trying to communicate. Say, "I listen to my body with love." Let that sentence move slowly through you. Do not say it like a command. Say it like a promise. I listen to my body with love. This means you will not shame your body for needing rest. You will not punish your body for changing. You will not speak to your body as if it has failed you. You will not ignore its quiet messages until they become louder. You will listen. You will care. You will treat your body as a home, not as a mistake. Your body softens when your voice softens. Place a hand on your heart for a moment and say, "I am here." That is enough. You do not need to make anything dramatic. You do not need to feel something special right away. The hand is a message. The breath is a message. The soft words are a message. They tell your body, "You are not alone. I am paying attention. I am not here to fight you. I am here to love you." The body understands steady kindness. It may have learned to expect pressure, but it can also learn safety. If your shoulders are tight, speak to them gently. Say, "You do not have to carry the whole world right now." If your chest feels heavy, say, "My heart, you are allowed to breathe." If your stomach feels tense, say, "I am safe in this moment. I can soften a little." If your face feels tired, say, "I release the need to hold everything together." If your hands feel restless, say, "I can take one step at a time." Let your words become warm. Let them move toward the part of you that feels tired. Do not force the body to relax. Invite it. The body does not need hate to change. It needs love to feel safe. Many people believe that if they criticize the body enough, it will become better. But criticism often makes the body feel unsafe. It creates stress. It creates shame. It creates distance from yourself. Love creates connection. Love makes you more likely to care for the body, not less. When you love your body, you may feed it with more kindness. You may rest before you collapse. You may move with respect instead of punishment. You may ask for help when needed. You may stop treating care like something you must earn. Speak to your body as if it has been loyal, because it has. Say, "Thank you for carrying me. Thank you for breathing for me. Thank you for healing small things without me even noticing. Thank you for holding my heart. Thank you for helping me move through this life. Thank you for staying with me even when I was unkind to you." Gratitude changes the way you feel inside your body. It brings warmth where judgment used to be. It helps you stop seeing the body only through what you want to change. It helps you remember that your body is not an object to attack. It is a living part of you. If the body feels different than it once did, Speak with tenderness. Life changes the body. Time changes the body. Stress changes the body. Love, grief, work, rest, pain, healing, and growth all leave their marks. Do not look at those changes and call them wrong. Look at them and say, this body has lived, this body has carried me, this body deserves care today. You do not have to love every change all at once. You only have to stop using change as a reason for cruelty. You can begin with respect. Respect can become softness. Softness can become love. There may be times when fear rises in the body. The heart may beat faster. The breath may become short. The stomach may tighten. The mind may begin to worry. In that moment, speak slowly. Say, I am safe in this breath. I do not need to solve everything right now. I can come back to this moment. My body is trying to protect me. I can thank it and soften. Fear often becomes stronger when you fight it. But when you meet it with calm words, it may begin to loosen. You are teaching the body that not every feeling is danger. You are teaching it that love is present. When the body feels tired, do not call yourself lazy. Tiredness is not failure. Tiredness is a message. It may mean you have carried too much for too long. It may mean your mind has been busy even when your hands were still. It may mean your heart needs rest from overthinking. It may mean your soul needs quiet. Say, my body is asking for care, and I am allowed to listen. You do not have to earn rest by breaking yourself first. You do not have to wait until you have nothing left. Rest can be a loving choice before the body has to beg for it. When you speak to the body with love, you also speak to the heart. The body and the heart are close. A soft breath can calm a heavy feeling. A gentle hand can comfort a lonely place. A kind sentence can help the nervous system feel less alone. So when your heart feels hard or guarded, bring love into the body. Place your hand where you feel the heaviness. Say, I am not here to force you open. I am here to keep you company. You may soften when you are ready. This is a beautiful way to heal. Not by pressure, but by presence. Say, my body softens when I speak to it with love. Let this be your practice. When you wake, speak kindly to your body. When you look in the mirror, speak kindly to your body. When you feel tired, speak kindly to your body. When you feel discomfort, speak kindly to your body. When you feel strong, speak kindly to your body. Let kindness become the normal voice. Let care become the normal way. Let your body. Do you know that you are not waiting for it to be perfect before you love it? Your body has been listening to old words for a long time. It may have heard, not enough, too much, wrong, weak, ugly, tired, broken, or behind. Now let it hear something new. Let it hear, thank you. Let it hear, I am listening. Let it hear, you are safe with me. Let it hear, I will care for you. Let it hear, you do not have to hold everything alone. Let it hear, I choose peace in this body. These words may feel new, but they are seeds. Speak them often. Speak them softly. Speak them until your body begins to believe that love has returned home. The words you speak to yourself matter, but the feeling behind the words matters even more. You can say the most beautiful affirmation, but if you say it with pressure, the heart may not feel loved. You can say, I love myself, but if the energy underneath is, why do I not believe this yet? Then the heart may feel judged. You can say, I am safe, but if the words are rushed and tight, the body may still feel fear. This is why tone matters. The heart does not only hear the sentence, it feels the way the sentence is given. Your inner voice can sound like a soft hand or a hard command. It can sound like love, or it can sound like another rule. Many people turn healing into pressure. They tell themselves, I must think positive, I must heal faster, I must forgive now, I must love myself perfectly, I must never feel sad, I must always be calm. But this is not true healing. This is pressure wearing gentle clothes. The heart does not open under pressure. The heart opens under safety. The heart opens when it feels allowed to be honest. The heart opens when it hears you can take your time. If an affirmation feels too big, make it softer. This is very important. You do not have to force yourself to say words that feel far away. If I love myself completely feels hard, say, I am learning to love myself. If I am safe feels too strong, say, in this moment, I am willing to breathe. If I forgive the past feels too much, say, I am willing to loosen my hold on the past. If I trust life feels difficult, say, I am open to being supported. Softer words are not weaker, they are often more honest. And honest words enter the heart more easily. The heart trusts gentle truth more than forced beauty. A simple sentence spoken with warmth can heal more than a perfect sentence spoken with pressure. Say, I am willing to be kind to myself today. That may be enough. Say, I am willing to stop speaking against myself. That may be enough. Say, I am willing to rest from self-criticism for one breath. That may be enough. Healing does not always begin with big statements. Sometimes it begins with one small willingness. Sometimes it begins with one soft word. Sometimes it begins with the choice not to hurt yourself in this moment. Think of how you would speak to someone you deeply love if they were crying. You would not stand over them and say, heal now, believe this now, stop feeling this now. I would come close. You would lower your voice. You would give them space. You would let them breathe. You would say, I am here. Take your time. You are safe with me. This is how you must learn to speak to yourself. Slowly, warmly, patiently. Your heart is not a machine. It is tender. It needs to be approached with care. There may be a part of you that resists loving words. That does not mean the words are wrong. It may mean the wound is close. If you say, I am worthy, and tears come, let them come. If you say, I am safe, and your body feels unsure, do not attack yourself. If you say, I love myself, and another part of you says, no, you do not turn it into a fight. Say, I understand. This is new. We can begin softer. Then say, I am willing to be kinder to myself. Let the heart meet love at the level it can receive today. Resistance is not failure. Resistance is often the heart saying, I am not sure if this is safe yet. Maybe kind words were missing for a long time. Maybe love was not steady. Maybe softness was used against you. Maybe you learned that if you relaxed, something bad would happen. So when gentle words arrive, the heart may not trust them right away. Be patient. Do not force the door open. Sit beside the door. Keep speaking softly. Keep returning. Keep showing the heart that this love does not leave when it is not believed right away. Your tone teaches your heart what love feels like. If your tone is impatient, the heart feels rushed. If your tone is angry, the heart feels unsafe. If your tone is cold, the heart feels alone. But if your tone is warm, the heart feels held. If your tone is patient, the heart feels allowed. If your tone is steady, the heart begins to trust. So when you speak an affirmation, slow down. Let your breath soften. Let your jaw loosen. Let your shoulders drop. Let the words come from a place of care, not control. Say, I am learning to love myself. Leave space after it. Let the sentence breathe. Do not rush to the next one. Let your heart hear it. Say, I am willing to be gentle with myself today. Feel the word gentle. Let it become a feeling, not just a sound. Say, I do not have to be perfect to be loved. Let that sentence touch the places where you have been trying so hard. The pause after the words is part of the healing. Silence gives the heart time to receive. Some days, the kindest sentence may be, I am trying. Some days, it may be, I need rest. Some days, it may be, this is hard and I am still here. Some days, it may be, I do not know what to do yet, but I can be kind while I find my way. These are not weak words. These are honest words. They bring you back to yourself. They stop the mind from turning healing into another performance. You do not have to sound wise. You do not have to sound perfect. You only have to sound loving enough for your heart to feel safe. The tone of love is not loud. It does not need to prove itself. It does not argue with the wound. It does not shame the fear. It does not rush the process. It says, I am here. It says, I will stay. It says, we can go slowly. It says, you are not wrong for needing time. This kind of tone can reach places that strong words cannot. A guarded heart may not trust force, but it may begin to trust warmth. A tired body may not respond to pressure, but it may respond to patience. A fearful mind may not calm down because you command it, but it may soften when you speak with kindness. There is a difference between repeating words and receiving words. Repeating words can happen from the mind. Receiving words happens in the heart and body. To receive the words, you must let them land. You must say them slowly enough to feel them. You must choose words that do not feel like a lie to your deepest self. If the words feel too far away, bring them closer. If the sentence feels too big, make it smaller. If your heart says no, answer with gentleness. You are not trying to win an argument with yourself. You are building trust. You may say, I am willing to believe that I am loved. That is a soft beginning. You may say, I am willing to stop calling myself broken. That is a holy beginning. You may say, I am willing to speak to myself with less anger. That is a brave beginning. You may say, I am willing to let my heart soften in its own time. That is a peaceful beginning. Begin where you are. Love does not need you to pretend. Love meets you honestly, right here. If your mind wants to rush, remind it, healing is not a race. If your heart feels guarded, tell it, you can open slowly. If your body feels tense, tell it, you do not have to relax by force. If your feelings are strong, tell them, you are allowed to be here. The tone is the medicine. The words are the cup that carries it. Speak in a way that gives your whole being permission to feel safe. This is how affirmations become more than words. They become an experience of love. Be careful not to use spiritual words to hide pain. Do not say, I am happy, if your heart needs to cry. Say, I am allowed to feel this, and I am safe to be gentle with myself. Do not say, everything is perfect, if your heart feels broken. Say, this is hard, and love is still here. Do not say, I forgive everything, if your heart is not ready. Say, I am willing to move toward peace when I can. Truth spoken with love is more healing than bright words spoken over sadness. Your heart does not need you to pretend. It needs you to stay. Sometimes the most loving tone is quiet. A whisper can be enough. A hand on the heart can be enough. A slow breath can be enough. You do not always need many sentences. You may only need one. I am here. You are safe. I will not leave. Be gentle. One breath. I love you. Let the words be simple. Let them be warm. Let them be real. The soul understands simple love. The heart trusts steady care. Say this softly inside yourself. I do not force my heart to heal. I speak with warmth. I speak with patience. I speak with love. If the words feel too big, I make them softer. If my heart feels unsure, I give it time. If old fear rises, I do not attack it. I meet myself where I am. My tone becomes gentle. My words become safe. My heart opens slowly, and that is enough. The more gentle your tone becomes, the more your inner world changes. You begin to notice when you are pushing too hard. You begin to hear when your inner voice becomes sharp. You begin to pause before you wound yourself with your own words. This pause is powerful. In that pause, you can choose. You can choose a softer sentence. You can choose a slower breath. You can choose not to turn pain into punishment. You can choose to let love lead. Your heart does not need perfect words. It needs a voice it can trust. It needs to know that kindness will not disappear when things are hard. It needs to know that love will not become anger when healing is slow. It needs to know that you will not turn every feeling into a problem. So speak gently today. Speak simply. Speak honestly. Speak with warmth. The sentence may be small, but the love behind it can be deep. And when love is deep, the heart begins to soften. There are certain moments in the day when your heart is more open to the words you speak. These moments do not need to be complicated. You do not need a perfect routine. You do not need a long practice. You only need a few gentle words at the right time, spoken with care. The first moment is morning. The second moment is night. The third moment is when pain appears. These 3 moments can become doors. They can become places where you return to yourself. They can become small, holy pauses in an ordinary day. In the morning, your mind is still soft. Before the phone, before the noise, before the worries gather around you, there is a quiet moment. It may be very short, but it matters. What you say to yourself in that moment can color the rest of the day. If the first voice you hear inside says, "There is too much to do. I am already behind. I cannot handle this," the body may begin the day in fear. But if the first voice says, "Today, I choose kind thoughts. Today, I will take one step at a time. Today, I do not have to fight myself," the heart receives a different message. Morning words do not have to be big. They only have to be kind. Before your feet touch the floor, you can place a hand on your heart and say, "I am safe to begin this day gently." You can say, "I choose peace in my thoughts today." You can say, "I will speak to myself with love today." You can say, "I am guided one step at a time." You can say, Life supports me in simple ways. Do not rush. Let the sentence meet you before the world does. Let your own voice be the first place of safety. If the morning feels heavy, speak even softer. Do not force joy if you do not feel it. Say, "This morning feels hard, and I will be gentle with myself." Say, "I do not need to solve the whole day right now." Say, "One breath, one step, one kind thought." These words may seem small, but they are strong. They stop the mind from running too far ahead. They bring you back into the present moment. They remind your heart that you do not have to carry the whole future before breakfast. Morning is also a good time to choose the voice you want to live with. You can say, "Today I will not speak to myself like the past spoke to me." Let that be your promise. Not a promise to be perfect, not a promise to never feel fear. A simple promise to return to kindness when you notice you have left it. You may forget during the day. That is all right. You can come back. The morning sentence is a seed. It does not need to control the whole day. It only needs to begin it with love. At night, the heart needs a different kind of care. The day has touched you. Maybe you worked, maybe you worried, maybe you gave your energy to many things. Maybe you smiled when you were tired. Maybe you carried thoughts that no one saw. Before sleep, do not give your mind more fear as its final meal. Do not end the day by replaying every mistake. Do not lie in bed and speak to yourself with judgment. The night is a sacred time to release. It is a time to tell the heart, "You can rest now." Say, "I release this day." Let those words be simple. You do not have to fix everything before sleep. You do not have to understand everything before sleep. You do not have to punish yourself for what was not finished. Say, "I did what I could today. I let the rest wait. I am safe to rest." This sentence gives the heart permission to stop holding the day. It tells the body that it does not have to stay on guard. It tells the mind that not every thought needs to be followed into the night. At night, speak to yourself like you would speak to a tired child. Say, "You are safe now. You can rest. You do not have to earn sleep. You do not have to solve tomorrow tonight. You can soften. You can let go." Let the words become slow. Let your breath become slow with them. If the mind brings up something painful, say, "Not now, my dear. Tonight we rest. Tomorrow we can take one step." This is not avoidance. This is care. There is a time to think, and there is a time to rest. Before sleep, you can say, "I forgive myself enough to be peaceful tonight." This does not mean you ignore what needs to be changed. It means you do not spend the night attacking yourself. You can learn tomorrow. You can repair tomorrow. You can choose better tomorrow. But tonight, your heart needs peace. Say, "I am safe to rest. My body is allowed to soften. My heart is allowed to be quiet. I let this day go with love." Let the last voice you hear from yourself be a kind one. The third moment is the most important moment. It is the moment when pain appears. This may happen in the middle of the day. It may happen during a conversation. It may happen when you are alone. It may happen when a memory returns, when fear rises, when anger appears, when sadness comes, when your body feels tight, or when you suddenly feel small. This is the moment when many people abandon themselves. They feel pain, and then they attack themselves for feeling pain. They say, "Why am I like this? Why do I care? Why can't I be normal? Why am I so sensitive?" But that only adds a second wound. The first wound is the feeling itself. The second wound is the cruelty you add on top of it. Let us stop adding the second wound. When pain appears, do not turn against yourself. Turn toward yourself. Say, "This is the moment I need my own love most." Let that sentence become a doorway. Pain is not proof that you are failing. Pain is a sign that something in you needs care. Fear needs safety. Sadness needs comfort. Anger may need truth. Loneliness needs presence. Tiredness needs rest. Shame needs mercy. Every feeling is asking for something. Listen. When anger rises, ask, what is this anger trying to protect? Maybe it is protecting a boundary. Maybe it is protecting your dignity. Maybe it is saying something mattered. Do not shame it. Say, "My boundary matters. I can listen to this feeling without letting it control me." When anxiety rises, say, "I am safe in this moment. I can breathe. I do not have to solve everything right now." When sadness rises, say, "I am here with you. You do not have to be alone in this." When shame rises, say, "I can make mistakes and still be worthy of love." These words help the feeling move instead of harden. The question, "What do I need to hear right now?" is very powerful. It brings you out of self-attack and into self-care. When you ask this question, you are no longer treating the feeling like an enemy. You are treating it like a messenger. Maybe you need to hear, "You are safe." Maybe you need to hear, "You did your best." Maybe you need to hear, "You can say no." Maybe you need to hear, "You are allowed to rest." Maybe you need to hear, "You are loved even here." Let the answer be simple. Simple answers often reach the heart fastest. If you feel pain in the body during a hard moment, bring the practice into the body. Place your hand on your heart, your belly, your shoulder, or wherever you feel tension. Say, "I am here." Take one slow breath. Then say, "What do I need right now?" You may not know right away. That is okay. Just asking the question is love. It tells the body that you are listening. It tells the heart that you have not left. It tells the fear that it does not have to shout to be heard. During painful moments, do not try to become wise too quickly. Do not force yourself to understand the lesson while the wound is fresh. Sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is be kind. Sometimes the deepest healing is not a big answer. It is a soft sentence. This hurts, and I will not abandon myself. I am allowed to feel this. I can breathe through this moment. I am still safe inside my own love. These words keep you from falling into the old pattern of self-rejection. Practice in the morning so your heart begins the day with love. Practice at night so your heart ends the day with peace. Practice when pain appears so your heart learns that love stays even when life is hard. This steady return is what changes you. Not one perfect day, not one perfect affirmation, not one perfect moment. A steady return. Again and again, you come back to kindness. Again and again, you choose a softer voice. Again and again, you remind yourself, I am here. Some days you may forget the morning practice. Some nights you may fall asleep with worry still in your mind. Some painful moments you may react before you remember to be gentle. Do not use this as a reason to judge yourself. The moment you remember, return. If you remember at noon, return at noon. If you remember after crying, return after crying. If you remember after speaking harshly to yourself, return then. Say, I forgot for a moment, but I am back now. This is healing. Returning is healing. You can carry one sentence through the whole day. It may be, I speak to myself with love. It may be, one breath at a time. It may be, I am safe with myself. It may be, my heart is allowed to soften. It may be, I choose kind thoughts. Let one sentence become your small light. When the day feels busy, return to it. When fear rises, return to it. When you feel alone, return to it. The sentence becomes familiar. The heart begins to know the way back. Morning, night, and pain. These are the three doors. Morning gives the day a gentle beginning. Night gives the heart a peaceful ending. Pain gives you a chance to practice love when it matters most. Do not wait for life to be calm before you speak kindly to yourself. Speak kindly in the middle of life. Speak kindly in the middle of fear. Speak kindly when you do not have all the answers. Speak kindly when the heart is still guarded. Speak kindly until your own voice becomes a place of safety. Say, in the morning, I choose kind thoughts. At night, I release the day. When pain appears, I return to myself with love. I do not abandon my heart. I do not fight my feelings. I listen. I breathe. I answer myself gently. I am learning to be a safe place for myself. Let these words become your daily rhythm. not a rule, not a burden, a rhythm. A way of coming home to yourself over and over again. My dear, speak to yourself gently. Your heart has waited long enough for kindness. It has waited through hard days, quiet nights, old memories, heavy feelings, and words that did not feel like love. It has waited for you to stop fighting it. It has waited for you to stop calling it weak. It has waited for you to stop rushing it open. And now, you can begin to speak differently. You can begin to say, "My heart, I am here. I am listening. I will not hurt you with my own words anymore. You are not too late. You are not too hard to love. You are not too broken to soften. You are not too far from peace. There is still a tender place inside you. There is still a light within you. There is still a part of you that wants to trust love again. Maybe that part is small right now. Maybe it is quiet. Maybe it hides behind fear. But it is there. And every time you speak with kindness, you call it forward. Every time you choose a gentle word, you make more room for it. Every time you stop attacking yourself, you give your heart a little more safety. Say, "I speak to myself with love, and my heart softens day by day. Let this be slow. Do not rush it. I speak to myself with love, and my heart softens day by day." Not all at once, not by force, not because someone else tells it to. Day by day, breath by breath, word by word. The heart softens when it learns that love is steady. The heart softens when it learns that your own voice can be trusted. The heart softens when it learns that it does not have to protect itself from you. I speak to myself with love when I wake in the morning. I do not begin the day by frightening myself. I do not begin the day by telling myself I am behind. I do not begin the day by carrying tomorrow and yesterday at the same time. I begin with one gentle thought. I begin with one slow breath. I begin by saying, "Today I will walk with myself kindly. This is enough." A gentle beginning can change the feeling of the day. I speak to myself with love when I make a mistake. I do not call myself a failure. I do not turn one moment into my whole identity. I do not punish my heart for being human. I say, I can learn, I can repair, I can choose again. I am still worthy of love. Mistakes are not the end of my worth. They are places where I can grow. I can take responsibility without hating myself. I can become wiser without becoming cruel. I speak to myself with love when I feel afraid. I do not shame my fear. I do not say, "Why are you here?" I say, "I hear you. You are trying to protect me, but in this moment, I can breathe. In this moment, I am here. In this moment, I can take one step." Fear does not need to be my ruler. It can be a feeling that passes through a safe place. I can hold fear with love, and I can still move gently forward. I speak to myself with love when sadness comes. I do not push it away. I do not tell it to hurry. I do not call it weakness. I say, my sadness is allowed to be here. I will sit with you. I will not leave you alone. Sadness softens when it is welcomed. Tears soften when they are not judged. A heavy heart softens when it feels held. I can be the loving presence my sadness needs. I speak to myself with love when my body feels tired. I do not call my body lazy. I do not treat rest like failure. I say, dear body, thank you for carrying me. I am listening. I will care for you. My body is not my enemy. My body is my home in this life. I choose to speak to it with respect. I choose to support it with patience. I choose to stop using harsh words where love is needed. I speak to myself with love when old memories return. I do not drown in the past. I do not make the memory my home. I say, that was then. I am here now. I survived. I am safe to breathe in this moment. The past may have shaped me, but it does not own my heart. The old pain may visit, but it does not have to lead. I can honor what I lived through and still choose peace now. I speak to myself with love when I feel unworthy. I do not agree with the old lie. I do not stand outside the door of goodness. I say, goodness can include me, love can include me, peace can include me, joy can include me. I do not have to earn my worth by being perfect. I do not have to prove that I deserve kindness. I was born worthy of love, and I am learning to remember. I speak to myself with love when I feel alone. I do not use loneliness to reject myself. I do not say, no one cares. I say, I care. I am here with myself now. I am willing to become my own loving home. My own presence matters. My own kindness matters. My own heart matters. I can welcome love from others, but I do not have to abandon myself while I wait for it. I can return to the love within me. I speak to myself with love when I look in the mirror. I do not use my eyes as weapons. I do not search only for what I want to change. I look deeper. I say, there you are. I see you. You have carried so much. I choose to be kind to you today. The mirror can become a place of peace. It can become a place where I stop fighting my own face, my own body, my own life. I can look at myself with softer eyes. I speak to myself with love when my heart feels guarded. I do not force it open. I do not shame it for protecting me. I say, my dear heart, I understand why you closed. You were trying to keep me safe. You do not have to open all at once. You can soften slowly. You can trust me one breath at a time. The heart does not need pressure. It needs safety. I am becoming safe from my own heart. I speak to myself with love when I feel behind. I do not compare my path to another path. I do not use someone else's timing to hurt myself. I say, my life is unfolding in its own way. I can take the next step with peace. I am not late for my own healing. Every soul has its own rhythm. Every heart has its own season. I can bless another person's path and still honor my own. I speak to myself with love when I do not know what comes next. I do not frighten myself with every unknown. I say, I do not need to see the whole road. I only need the next gentle step. Life can guide me in simple ways. Peace can come in small moments. Hope can return quietly. I can trust that not knowing everything does not mean I am lost. I am being guided one breath at a time. I speak to myself with love when I need to begin again. I do not make beginning again a shameful thing. I say, beginning again is a gift. Returning is healing. Choosing again is strength. Every day gives me a new place to practice love. Every breath gives me a new chance to be kinder. I do not need to be perfect to continue. I only need to return. My words are becoming softer. My heart is becoming safer. My body is becoming more listened to. My thoughts are becoming kinder. My inner home is becoming warmer. I no longer want to live inside myself with cruelty. I no longer want to use my own voice to repeat old pain. I choose a new way. I choose words that comfort. I choose words that guide. I choose words that bless. I choose words that help my heart soften. I am allowed to be gentle with myself today. I am allowed to rest from self-criticism. I am allowed to stop carrying every old word as if it is truth. I am allowed to release the voice that made me feel small. I am allowed to create a new voice within me. A voice that says, you are safe. A voice that says, you are loved. A voice that says, you can take your time. A voice that says, I am here. Let these words move through the quiet places within you. I love and accept myself as I am today. I do not have to wait until I am perfect. I do not have to wait until everything is solved. I do not have to wait until I feel fully healed. I can begin loving myself now, in this moment, with this breath, with this heart, with this life. Love begins here. I am safe to soften. I do not have to hold every wall forever. I do not have to guard my heart from my own kindness. I do not have to stay hard to survive. I can be wise and soft. I can be careful and open. I can protect my peace without closing my heart to love. I can soften slowly, and slowly is enough. I release the need to speak to myself with pain. I release the habit of blaming myself for being human. I release the old voice that says, I am not enough. I release the belief that I must earn love by suffering. I release the thought that I must be hard on myself to grow. I can grow through love. I can heal through love. I can rise through love. I listen to my heart with patience. I listen to my body with kindness. I listen to my feelings with respect. I listen to my needs without shame. I am no longer turning away from myself. I am returning. I am returning to the soft place within me. I am returning to the truth that I am worthy of care. I am returning to the love that has always been waiting inside. I am becoming my own loving home. Not a perfect home, a loving home. A place where my heart can come tired and still be welcomed. A place where my tears can come and not be judged. A place where fear can speak and be comforted. A place where the body can rest. A place where the soul can breathe. A place where I do not have to perform to be loved. I speak to myself with love, and my heart softens day by day. I speak to myself with love, and my mind becomes kinder. I speak to myself with love, and my body begins to feel safe. I speak to myself with love, and my old pain begins to loosen. I speak to myself with love, and the frightened places inside me learn that they are not alone. I speak to myself with love, and I come home. From this moment, let your voice become a gentle place to return to. Let it become the voice that does not leave when life feels heavy. Let it become the voice that speaks softly in the morning, peacefully at night, and tenderly when pain appears. Let it become the voice that tells your body, I am listening. Let it become the voice that tells your heart, you are safe with me. Let it become the voice that tells your soul, you do not have to fight for love anymore. You do not need to change your whole life in one day. You do not need to heal every old wound at once. You do not need to believe every loving word right away. Begin with one sentence. Begin with one breath. Begin with one moment where you choose not to attack yourself. Begin with one soft answer to an old, harsh thought. This is how the heart learns. This is how the inner world changes. This is how love becomes real inside you. When the old voice returns, do not be afraid. Simply answer it with love. When self-doubt returns, answer it with patience. When fear returns, and answer it with safety. When sadness returns, answer it with comfort. When the body speaks, answer it with listening. When the past rises, answer it with peace. Every time you answer with love, you are building a new home inside yourself, a warmer home, a safer home, a softer home. My dear, speak to yourself as someone precious. Speak to yourself as someone worth holding. Speak to yourself as someone worth saving from harsh thoughts. Speak to yourself as someone who has carried enough and now deserves tenderness. You are not too late. You are not too difficult to love. You are not broken beyond healing. You are learning to become the loving voice your heart has needed for so long. So today, let one kind sentence stay with you. I speak to myself with love, and my heart softens day by day. Carry it gently. Repeat it when you wake. Repeat it when you rest. Repeat it when you hurt. Repeat it when you forget who you are. Let it remind you that love does not have to arrive loudly. Sometimes love begins as a soft voice inside your own heart saying, I am here, I will stay, you are safe now. And so it is.